Yo, what is up guys? Nick Nakai here, Let's Drift Media. Thank you guys for coming back to the channel. It's your first time here, please hit that subscribe button down below. So, hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, New Year's is coming up, so who's excited for 2022? Because I know I am. But today's episode is going to be pros and cons about being a flat rate mechanic as far as working in the dealership. This video was actually recommended by one of the Discord users, so shout out to Alpha Puff. If you guys haven't joined the Discord, what are you waiting for? We got over 200 members already in there, and the chat's always going off, so it's pretty friendly community in there. Just kind of talk tech stuff, tools, stuff like that. So links in the bio if you want to join. So for those of you guys who don't know me, I've been working in the dealership pretty much for the past 9 years of my life. That's all I've really done. So I started around as a loop tech, then transitioned up to a flat rate tech, bounced around from Toyota to Chevy to Toyota again to BMW to back to Toyota, and now just left Toyota and leaving the flat rate life completely, leaving the dealership. That's why I have my work box right here behind me. So anyways, I figured I have a good enough experience so I can give you guys the pros and cons, the goods and bads of working in the dealership as a flat rate technician. So let's get started. So we'll start with the pros. One of those pros would be you can make a lot of money. When I say a lot of money, I mean like upwards close to six figures, if not more than six figures. I know a couple people that did make over six figures, won't say their names, but you can make pretty good money if you're willing to work for it. The thing is with flat rate, you get paid by how many cars you bust out, how many jobs you do per pay period. So if you're banging out work just back to back, hustling, you can make some pretty good paychecks and make a comfortable living. But again, it's very hard work. So if you're willing to work for it, you make that money. If you want to be a little lazy ass, then you'll probably just take home the bare minimum, probably like making like 40 grand a year or something like that. So it's pretty crazy the difference in income you can make being a flat rate tech depending on how much work, how many hours you're flagging and how efficient you are as a technician. Another pro is it's typically a fun work environment. Every dealership I've worked at, I've had a lot of fun. Like the people there really make it fun. Like a lot of people are always kind of fucking around, making jokes. Like it's a lot of laughs working in the dealership. People do like some dumb stuff there, and like I feel like everyone kind of just acts like kids sometimes, so it almost feels like you're like in high school. So I feel like it's kind of just fun in that aspect where it's like you see your people every day, and it's like as long as you have a good work environment, it could be very fun. If your coworkers suck, then that sucks, but all the places I've been at, my coworkers have been pretty cool and chill people, and I've really enjoyed working with them. So it really makes the workday go by a lot faster, because if you're like kind of having fun at work while you're working, it doesn't feel as much as work. So that's one pro for sure right there. Another pro is there's typically always work. Again, around the holiday times, like right now, it gets kind of slow because people don't want to spend their money, but if you're working at the dealership, that's the manufacturer right there, so you're always going to get warranty jobs because people bring their car in for warranty repairs. If it's still under warranty, recalls, there's always going to be recalls till the end of time, I feel like. So it's almost like a little bit guaranteed work. And that's one cool aspect, because say you're at like an independent shop and it's just slow because you have no work, then it's just slow. Same could be at the dealership. It could be slow because no one's bringing their cars in, or there's not that much recalls going on right now. But typically for the most part of the year working at the dealership, I've stayed pretty busy where I've had enough work to keep me busy throughout the day. Like I said, just around the holiday times, you kind of have to brace yourself because it does get a little bit slow, but as soon as the new year starts and it starts getting closer to summer, usually it's pretty freaking busy at the shop, and that's one great thing about it, because that's like more money you're making and less time standing around not making money, being bored. So definitely a pro right there is the always having warranty work. Although warranty work does not pay the best, at least it's work, and you could always figure out ways around it to make better time completion on the job that it's paying, and usually you can make money off most of the jobs you're getting, so it's really not that bad. As much as I complain about warranty, that's a lot of the work that produces the money for us at the dealership, at least. Another pro I would say is the fact that once you have experience as a flat rate tech at a dealership, you could kind of go like anywhere you want. As soon as I got my flat rate experience, I was able to transfer to different dealerships, even different manufacturers, kind of with no problem because I had of course, my ASC certifications, but just having that tech experience kind of allows you to almost go wherever you want, as long as they're hiring at least. But it's not that hard to get into another dealership if you already have experience working at one dealership, especially if it's like you're at Toyota right now and there's another Toyota you want to go to that's more closer to you or it's better pay. It's very easy to transfer like that if you have the qualifications. So that's one really nice thing, because say you hate your job right now or you hate the dealership you work at, toolboxes have wheels for a reason. Go on, apply somewhere else, get that job, put in your notice, and say, peace out, dude, I'm gonna go over here because they're gonna pay me better, they're gonna take care of me more, or there's more work over there. Or I'm just tired of this place. That's one really awesome factor I like about being a flat rate tech, or liked the fact that you have options and you could go around to different places and follow the money, dude. That's what, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. All right, so enough of the good stuff. Now we're gonna talk about some of the bad stuff when it comes to being a flat rate technician. So first con I have is kind of a doggy dog world. I guess maybe depending on where you're working at, but at the end of the day, everyone's going to work to make their paycheck. So people can get a little bit greedy at times, and more than likely you'll find yourself sometimes in situations where you're getting starved for work because someone else is just gobbling it all down. And that really sucks, but at the same time, in their head, they're just trying to make their paycheck and that's what matters to them. So I understand, but you kind of got to be like a little bit savage if you want to make money in the dealership, because you're just kind of like that nice guy, you kind of get stepped on and taken advantage of, and I don't think you're gonna make as much money as you should be making. So you really gotta be hungry as a flat rate technician. If you wanna make the money, you gotta go out there and get it. Like, you can't just expect jobs to come in being handed to you, like, oh, here's this brake job, here's this major service. I mean, sometimes it works like that if you have like a really cool writer or something, but most of the time you gotta be very proactive. You gotta like put your foot down, you gotta go up there, you gotta ask for work. Like, stay hungry is probably the biggest key factors that'll determine your success in a dealership. Another con I would say is you're kind of just as good as your last paycheck as far as the dealership size. You could have a killer paycheck and then it's like, oh yeah, good stuff, you get a good nice check, and then next check, say like you just get screwed on, like, you just got bad luck. Sometimes you'll have those bad pay periods where it's like you're just not making money and like you're clocking in more hours than you're actually flagging, so you're considered an inefficient tech, and dealerships consider you to be costing the dealership money if you're an inefficient tech. And sometimes it just happens. I mean, for me, I don't think I really ever went inefficient until these recent times, I would say, because I just stopped caring because I was leaving. But it's pretty easy to at least flag more hours than you're clocked in. You just kind of gotta keep moving with it. I don't think you should be flagging under your clocked in hours, but I mean, if you are, that's up to you. I really don't know what else to say about that. But at least back to the subject I was talking about, say you just, I don't know, you're just having some bad weeks, bad months even, where you just can't flag your hours. Like, I don't know what it is, just something's going on. You're just getting the short end of the stick and you're just not flagging your hours. More than likely, the management's gonna kind of crack down on you and kind of like start pressuring you, like, hey dude, like what's going on? Like, why aren't you flagging your hours? And they might even like look to like find someone to replace you, or just find any reason to fire you if you don't pick up the pace and start making those hours. So it's kind of sad. Again, it goes back to everyone just being a number in the dealership's eyes. Like, another con I would say is, I would say pretty stressful environment when it comes to dealerships, because a lot of the customers that come in, at least for Toyota, they see it like McDonald's. Like, they want to be in and out service. They need a transmission done. They want it done that same day. Regardless of the job, everyone wants their car done yesterday. So that's one thing that I really disliked, is the stress of knowing that all this work needs to get done in this short amount of time. It's like, yes, I can do it, but just knowing that it's like you kind of have to rush yourself. And rushing yourself usually leads to mistakes, and mistakes end up being bad. And then the car doesn't leave because maybe you broke something because you were trying to rush it out, or maybe you left a drain plug loose because you were so like focused on trying to get all the work out, and it just ends up being a lot of stress, and you come home like, god damn, like you feel beat. And that happens a lot, I would say. For me personally, I kind of liked it in the fact that like I knew I had work, I knew I was making money. But it does suck when you have a bunch of work and all the service writers are pressuring you to get it out. They want it all done before lunch. You have like 5 repair orders on your box and they want everything done by lunch. And then lunch is coming around and they have 5 more tickets that they want done by 1 or by the end of the day. And it just leads back to stress, and that's just kind of what comes with it. So you just got to bite the bullet and push through it. But yeah, it is kind of funny to me that like how rushed the dealership life is. Like everything is done now, and done perfect. I just think it's kind of funny to want both quality and speed. The last point, and the last con I would say would be that the warranty times are only getting worse. That's one thing I've noticed. Even customer pay, a lot of the jobs are starting to pay less and less as time goes on. I talked to some of the OGs in the business, and they tell me how these jobs used to pay this much, and they used to get paid this much, and now it's like the dealership's making this much and the techs are still only making this much. From what I hear from the OGs, it's just getting worse. I mean, I've heard that from when I first started in the dealership. Everybody told me to get out, and I enjoyed it still. I like being a flat rate tech, but I left because I saw opportunity elsewhere, not in the dealership. So I think the longer you stay in the business, the longer you realize that it's only getting worse, just because it's not as good as when you first started. But at the same time, pay is also going up, so it's kind of a trade-off you have to be, if it's worth it to you. But I don't see flat rate being flat rate. I don't know how much longer it can go if minimum wage keeps going up, because I know dealerships are not going to want to pay entry-level techs $40 an hour by the time minimum wage goes up to $20 an hour. So who knows? I feel like dealerships eventually might just start supplying tools and toolboxes to their technicians and make everybody hourly, and it'll be no more flat rate, which would kind of suck, because flat rate is awesome because you can make a lot of money if you're willing to work for it. But I really don't know where this industry is going to go in the future. Really interested to see what happens. I do know some dealerships are already supplying tools and toolboxes, trying to convert over to that hourly, so they stop having to pay so much to these flat rate technicians. But if that happens, I feel like people are going to get a lot lazier, because if you're getting paid by the hour, it doesn't matter how hard you work, you're going to get the same paycheck. So really interesting stuff. We'll see what happens. So that pretty much sums up this video. This was my personal pros and cons of how I see being a flat rate technician. Like any job though, you have to take the good with the bad. No job is going to be perfect, I know that. I just wanted to throw these points out there for anyone maybe new to the industry, to kind of fill you in a little bit more what you're getting yourself into. Like I said, I love being a flat rate tech, and I probably would have continued doing that for the rest of my life. But another opportunity presented itself, and I don't think I want to pass it up, so that's why I made my choice. But to each their own. To each their own. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Join the Discord, please, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a sticker. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flicker.